things. I have this debt.
Oh,
I have this debt.
All right, so thank you. So let's go to start. Well, like I said, I imagine that this topic is difficult because it involves strong feeling, no? I I introduce myself. I start to introduce myself. So I'm Bruna. I think only Talita doesn't know about me. I'm Bruna. I live in Brasília. I married. I graduated in physiotherapy. So I worked when I finished the graduate. I started to work in the ICU, UTI. I saw many people dying. Of course, I at first I come home devastated because it's difficult to thought to imagine this situation every day. But as time went by, I accept it. It's complicated, you know. And yes, I become a cold person. I think it's not so good for my mind and special. But I understand that if I continue to suffer with the die other people, it's difficult to work every day to execute my job. You know, it's complicated in my mind. It is, and I understand that it's necessary to become a cold person. In the hospital, I see it's in the many people, many professional in this health area. No, it's complicated. So it's about me that I think nobody here knows about this, and that is. And you, Rosalia, introduce yourself, please.
okay. Uh, Good morning, everybody. I'm Rosália, I'm 55 years old. I live in Joinville, Santa Catarina. I'm married. Um, about this topic today, I think a good topic is not common to talking about, but I think everybody have this feeling, have passed through this feeling. It's difficult to thinking about the people left, but yeah, it's normal. You need to talking about this. Yeah.
So thank you. And you, Talita, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, I am Thalita. I'm 33. I live in Akira, Ceará. I'm married. I have a son. I work as a Portuguese teacher. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, thank you. And you, Leandro, please introduce yourself. Your turn.
Yeah, I'm Leandro, 36. I study technology and data science, EA, data analytics. I like it. I live in the state of São Paulo. I like to go work out, go to do sports, adventure sport. Last weekend I was in camping. Yeah, I visit some parents on Minas Gerais, but I pass some time on camping. I like these things. Since the before the pandemic, I don't practicing this kind of activity. Uh, I'm here to talking about this subject. As Zara said, is necessarily talk. It's not common, but it's thing that happen with everybody, I guess, in one a moment or in his life, their life will pass for this. That's it, guys. I like for hobbies this travel and read books. Yeah, that's it.
Well, okay, thank you, Leandro. Here, did anyone go to the cemetery yesterday? Cemetery yesterday or no?
Yes, I had. It's
Who?
not yesterday. It's not yesterday, but the first day.
The first day. So it's
Mhm.
very traditional too,
Yeah.
because the yesterday it's the full
Full
place,
day. Then
Yeah.
it's always here in my city raining this day. And yesterday was raining. It's raining. That it's was difficult to go to there.
All right. And who did you go to see to do the visit
My
in
father.
your father? So
Yeah, my father.
maybe is the close person that you lose. I don't know. Maybe you can you start the question with the question one, please, Rosalia? Talk about
Okay. Yeah, it was my father because it was a long time ago. It was 30 years ago already. Then I consider myself a good person because it was the once my father that I had lost so close to us. I have a big family. Then all my siblings, my cousin, uh, my cousin, no, the part of my family, my siblings, my niece, everybody was here. Then I'm so grateful for that. But it was when I lost my father, it was so painful for everybody because he was so young. This time he was 53, 53, 52 years old. Yes, 52. Then I think so. He never become sick. Then it was so quick because it started. Then 1 year ago, after 1 year, we don't have him more. Then, oh my gosh, it was so difficult to accept in this time. Well, nowadays, for a long time, everybody thinking it's like he was here. Then we need all the time make some pray for him to that person say that we need to forget to accept because he needs to rest. It was so difficult in this time, but now it was a little bit more
All
easy.
right. And you, Talita, have you ever lost someone close to you? Who?
Yes, I also have lost my father as Rosalia. I was only 17 and my younger sister was 15. And yeah, one of the things we think first is that the age. My, as Rosalia said, my father was young too. He was only 44 years, and it was very, very hard to us, for me, for my sister, for my mother. Was the most overwhelming situation and loss we have ever faced. And yeah, so
Right. So it's complicated for me because, for example, you and Rosalia said about lose your father. When you finish what you say, I think, oh, in this moment, what I needed to say for you all. For example, oh, sorry, I I feel a lot. It's complicated because maybe you accept this and it's okay. I'm not sure what I needed to talk for you all. What you I will continue. I will continue with Leandro, and after I will said more. Leandro, and you, who the person someone close to you, you lost? Do you lose?
Um, I lost my grandmother, but was many years ago, and I lost this year. The the beginning of the year, I lost a friend. Yes, mother of my mother of my friend. Yeah, but it's a person that is have some is close to me. Yeah, I visit. I frequented uh, his his house for many times. Lost. I have a feeling about this fault. I need time to meditate about. Yeah, it's crazy because I don't feel like a uh, this this feeling of grief, but sometimes I try to have good memories for this person to remember. Yeah, but I know with when my parents pass away, I believe I will feel more this feeling. Yeah. For me, I try to imagine, but I've never passed for this. I guess it's different when it happened with us. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, you said one thing that click in my mind is something. For example, you lost your friend and you don't feeling like grief. It's that is. I don't I never had that feeling. It's complicated for me to speak about this with in special with other person because I don't feeling this. So it's complicated, you know. And for Rosa and you, of course, what do you expect to hear for comfort in this moment? You understand? You love someone that you love too much, but for what do you expect to hear it de outra pessoa, for the other person?
Ah,
Rosário. Sorry. Go ahead,
no.
Leandro.
Sorry. I
Go
think
ahead.
is what to me. No, I guess for me, I'm a person that I don't know how to say about this. I can Rosalia is better for answer. Go ahead, Rosalia.
Oh my gosh, my English was so beautiful. I was muted. Nowadays, I have accepted this because I know that my father was in the place he doesn't suffer, but at the moment it's difficult to understand why. But what I wanted to listen this moment, I don't know. I think it's only to hug something like that. It's not because all the things that the other person you say, I don't know,
Maybe
don't
don't make
matter,
sense.
don't make sense. Yeah, because even if you haven't lost the person, you have this experience, but it's my moment in this moment. I know it will pass, okay, but now it's the moment you need to pass for this moment. Don't have words. You change this moment. Yeah.
And for you, Thalita.
Uh, so the question is about the
What do you
yeah.
want to listen or
Uh,
expect your expectative to listen in this moment?
Moment
um,
that you had lost.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. It's we used to listen to many things, and I don't know. I I think that we want to hear that the death had some signify that the death has a significate, you know, that there was a reason, because it's what we question more is why this happened exactly now, and we want to hear something about that. There was a purpose in the death, you know. So I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Nowadays, for example, for me, it's hard to give to give uh, 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 consolation, advice to someone that lost a person. So, and when I lost it, oh my gosh, I don't know how to explain that, but I think it's a very hard thing to give consolation to. Yeah, the other person sometimes don't know what to say. And about us, when we lose someone, we want to hear this. It's about purpose. That was a purpose in the death, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a complicated moment. So, hello, Tamara. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Hello, everyone.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Morning.
All
Sorry
right.
about my late.
Okay, no problem. We in the number one. Have you ever lost someone close to you, and who?
Let me see. In my case, I remember the one specific person now is my mother-in-law. Unfortunately, I can't stay in your side before I go, and I miss it. I miss it she so much.
Yeah. And the other question I ask for the persons here is, what do you want to listen in this moment that the lows?
Let me see. In my case, I, honestly, I don't know because, for example, it's so complicated talking about, oh, sorry about your loss, um, but I guess things about some like that. Sorry about your loss. It's better. It's more better now for the person that I go.
This is this this will pass. It's so good. No, to say.
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
now, yes.
All right.
Now, yeah, yes. It's more comfortable now talking about.
All right. So I said for them, it's complicated for me to talk about this because I think I have never I never had this feeling with grief, because the close person that I lost, it was my father-in-law. So I don't have this feeling. It's complicated. I accept it very easy, very faster, because he's have a problem, and he stayed at the he spent almost 1 year in the ICU. So it's complicated for me, this period, to visit all the time at the hospital with my mother-in-law sometimes. And when he passed away, so it's okay. I think it's so good for him because they don't want suffer more, continue. So maybe it's the feeling, no? So, all right, let's go to the next questions. Leandro, have you ever thought, when you die, would you like to be buried or cremated?
I was talking about
And
this.
why?
Yeah, I was talking about this week. I would like to be cremated. Yeah. Um, I guess I will pay for all things, for all costs, and prepare my family to know about this and respect my decision. Yeah, I would like to be cremated because it's not common in my family visit cemeteries. Yeah, but it's common go in the burial. But I guess it's more hygienic have this decision. I wouldn't like. I want. Well, I want to like be eating by by some animal. But not for this. I believe is a good finish for a body. Yeah, you become a dust. Yeah, he finish this. Have a funeral and go be cremated. He only do this. Don't have any no any important motivation for be cremated for my choice, but I would like be. Yeah, that's
All
it.
right. I agree with you, but I want to be cremated, but I have never think about the environment. No, I think only my family and my borrow, for example, because my family, I think it's easy to lose. I want I want they lose me very faster because I think accept no lose me, but accept my die, for example, and remember me and remember me only the happy moment, for example, only this it's okay for me. But I understand that it's impossible, no? All the time you remember for the other person that you love. And for you, Rosalia?
Yeah. Uh, a few a few times I told to my family that I prefer to be cremated because I don't see the point. I don't see the sense, although it's traditional, to spend the night with the caixão, I don't know, and people around to sleep or sometimes crying, sometimes talking, telling jokes, because it's not everybody suffering, only the family. Then I think this moment the family is suffering more and they lost sleep around this waiting for to be read, buried, to be read. And I don't know, but on the other hand, I think if I am cremated, I will become you turn into ashes, cinzas. I think is that ashes? I don't know. I will virar cinzas. Uh, no, but on the other hand, I think if I am cremated, only I don't have more a body, okay. But if I am buried, the feeling is that I am there to sleeping, and one day I will be reunited with them. I don't know. It's difficult to think about. Sometimes I think I will give my body for to be student, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a good suggestion, I think.
Yeah, but I think the family is difficult to accept, you know. And to see, to be cremated, imagine it, to put the body, to see body. I don't know. We see only the pot of the ashes. I don't know. It's difficult.
Right. And you, Thalita?
I have to confess that I don't care much about what will happen with my body when I die. Is it because I think that the ritual is more related with the living than the death person, you know, because yeah, if we die, we are we are we are dead. I don't know what to say. And the ritual is for the family. Sometimes for the family, it's important to face the funeral, but maybe for other people, as you said, Bruna, or Rosario, I don't remember anymore. Sometimes it's hard to face the rituals, the funeral. So it depends. So I don't care. I don't care what will happen with my body. So it depends on the ones who will be responsible for my
Oh
body.
my gosh. Yeah. I understand you. Oh my gosh. Depends for the other person, no. All right. And you, Tamara, what you would rather maybe?
I would like to be cremated because, like Leandro said, it is it's more clean, something like that. And I saw on the time that I will search about this now, and the organic capsules turned dead people into plants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
search.
I heard about it.
maybe one day when I when I died, it, maybe it's turning possible.
Yeah, so very interesting about this. Rosalia, one question for you. If your father had been cremated, maybe you didn't you go yesterday to the cemetery because don't you have nothing? No?
I don't have this traditional go there every single year, every single this day. But my mother had. She needs to stay there all the year. Then it's like traditional. It's like I don't know. I prefer to pray at my home. Don't have this. I need to go there. I need to. It's not. I
It's
don't.
not
I
obligation for you.
no obligation. I don't see the sense to go there to pray.
All right, so
Uh,
nice.
in addition to this, I guess Japanese, you are descendant of Japanese. Is that people, it's common have be cremated and visiting, have time for visiting your his parents' home. It's not cemetery, but it's a place to have as an
Mhm.
idol. Yeah, have a photo, have some rituals. Uh, uh, it's cremated, but have this kind of visit the graveyard. Yeah, don't have a graveyard, don't have a body, but visit. It's common for Buddhism, for Shintoism, I believe.
Yeah, I'm
Remember.
not sure. I'm not. I don't know about this, but I know it's different about the religion. It's different the ritual, no. But for example, my aunt have the had the ritual to put the food for my in the my rooms, my grandmother's room because she died. So we all something that she cook, for example, and after this she put at the room. It's very interesting for me. Why? Oh my gosh.
Is
It's
equal,
oferenda, no? Maybe for
yeah,
the other.
is equal, give you flowers. Is the similar. Give flowers for, or the Japanese give food.
Yeah,
Is yeah.
nice comparison. And it's very interesting here because the yesterday is very sad. I think it's very sad for us. And for the in the Mexico, it's different because they celebrate the day, no? Because it's so good for the day of the Lo Dia de la Muerte is is very celebrate for in the Mexico. It's a moment they happy, very happy. Different here in Brazil, no? I don't know in the other country in the world.
Is
Go ahead.
different. Yeah. That's it.
That's it. All right. So let's go. I want to very interesting about this. How does grief affect people? Maybe you can talk how affect you. The number 4. How does grief affect you and special close you lose close to people, someone close to you? Tamara, please.
I try accept this fact because I can't do nothing about this. But I know the other person, for example, that have some depression when it's happening with her or him.
All right.
It's complicated.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
So much. And you, Talita? Talita, can you hear me? Yeah.
Okay. About accepting when a person die.
Yeah, the number 4. What does grief affect you when you lose your father?
Uh, it was very hard. It was something totally new for me, and yeah, I still remember that. Yeah, the first days were terrible. So it's like some stages we face. I remember the first week was maybe the 2 first weeks were terrible, and then I remember the first months and then the first 2 months, you know. So uh, I remember that in the first stages I couldn't also think about the future. It was like the sensation that the life has no more. I don't have more happiness, or I don't know. Even I believe that the death had a purpose. I really believe that my father is in a good place, but all we feel is pain for us and for the ones we love as well. So I also suffer for my mother, for example, because she lost her husband, her companion, you know. So it's more than one pain we feel for my grandmother as well, because my father was the oldest son she had, and was the more and was the closest one, and he was a very kind person. You know, my father was a very kind person, and my grandmother had depression, and yeah, it has been many years since this happened, and now I feel okay. I have just good memories of my father, but I'd say that at least for the first uh, 2 months I couldn't ever think, how can I say, take off the feeling and the thoughts about that of my mind. It was very watching this video. I remember the sensation, the nod we feel in our chest, and it's terrible. But now I'm okay, and also in the first year I was okay. I could recover, but the first month was totally terrible.
Yeah, I can imagine. Nothing like time, no, because the time,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. And you, Leandro?
Yeah, I agree with Talita. I believe lead time don't happen with me, but I have this perception, have time for this feeling pass. I understand is more strong for people that have or for is more close than you. And I guess for a mother that lost a son or a daughter, I believe is more strong because everybody think that the parents you will go first, but when the mother's lost son, I guess it's terrible, more terrible. Each died is terrible, but have connections that is more strong. Or for example, partners that live for a long time, like 50, 60 years together, and one have this kind of dependence on each other. And I believe it's totally terrible when you have uh, this fault, this moment of fault. I believe only meditation or talking you try to remember good things with people, share your feelings is good for um in time for to forget this fault, but uh, I guess it's good remember the good things, remember the kindness, remember the history, because the in my mind for the worst kind of death is when the people uh, forgot uh, forgot you or lost you in the memory. Yeah, I guess and need to remember sometimes uh, talking about not with sad feelings, but oh, do you remember the time that the people doing something? Yeah, because it's good. I remember. Yeah, I'm not spiritualist or religious, but I would like be remembered for the good things that I did on the earth. That's it.
Yeah, you said about lose the son, so I can't imagine losing my children. It's terrible. When I think about, oh my gosh, I stopped because I started to cry. So it's terrible. I don't like to talk about this because I have the feeling is very strong, like you said. And you, Rosalia?
Yeah, I can imagine that you lost my children because, oh my gosh, I start to cry. I start to imagine, oh my gosh, I stop because I think I need to never thinking about this. But how does grief affect the people? Depend of the people, depend of the person, because there's some people lose a dog, a pet, then have a long time to accept it to. But in my case, it's affected me. At the beginning, it was a shock because I don't wait for this. I have some hope that my father will be better, even though he was have a cancro, then it's difficult because so aggressive. But we have some hope that he was recover. But at the beginning, it was so difficult. I was in my house that I received this news. It was terrible to go to accept to see him there in the burial. It was so difficult to accept for a long time. It was in my mind when I was at the street, and then I see other older men. Then I said, "Oh my gosh, what he was doing here?" Because we are so old, and my father uh, passed away so young. Then after I think, "Oh my gosh, it's not your time. It was my father's time." Then after I read the book about this, about the other side of the die, then I start to accept, because I think there it's my father was better because they don't suffer anymore. Then he was suffering, and all the families saying that then he has suffered too. Then now everybody only need to accept to see the other side, then something like that. But you need to, for a long time, my mother was depressed, then you need to support her because he tried to show she was strong because needs to show that for my other younger brothers. But it was 5 years more or less feeling like this. It was a long time.
So yes, you said this a little stage, some stage about the grief. And do you realize that you that's the
These
stage?
phases,
Yeah,
yeah,
this phase.
that's
Do you realize in your moment?
nowadays, when I think in this time, I can realize, because in this time I had my daughter. In this time she was 5 months. Then I need to pass more time with her. Then it's like full my mind for a time. But when I stayed to thinking about, I cry. I had to cry for a long time. It was a long period. Then after I read this book, I start to accept a little bit. But it was, I could see the phases, because it was like, I feel it's not stronger than the past. And now it's easier than it was. Then it was a long time.
Okay. And do you, Talita, do you realize this phase or no?
I'm sorry, what's the question? It's because I'm doing a lot of things here. Is the fifth
All right.
question?
It's a free question. If you do you realize the phase, the grief? Um, Maybe the number 7. Have you ever heard that grief has the phase? And do you realize this phase when your father passed away?
When we are, I don't know, when we are facing the grief, it's totally different from what we. No, it's not different from what people say, but it's very different. In the situation. It's very. I remember that I didn't know if what I was feeling would pass. I really wouldn't know. I remember, for example, in the very first week, I was totally sad, and that feeling of uh, depression. And I remember that it was so hard that I wouldn't know if it will pass. I remember that I was afraid about that because we don't have a way of live, you know. And I remember this feeling. I don't know if it will pass. This is it's so terrible. And yeah, the beginning is the worst part. And I remember that I didn't know what will happen then and then. So as the time was passing, it was becoming easier, and I felt that this pain that pain would pass.
Yeah, thank you. Tamara, the number 16. How can I find professional help or grief counseling? Or if you have a tip, for example, where because you lose your grandma mother-in-law, you said no? Maybe what
Mm.
do you think it's so good to listen or the advice? I don't know what you think it's so good to help in this moment, to help you in this moment.
I remember, and I learned cook with her. So I tried to this some recipes, for example, that she taught me, and because I guess when I can um, make this, I try remember the good things about this because when she died, I don't stay with her. I discovered this after 2 days.
Oh, it's difficult.
Yeah.
And for you, Leandro, how can I find professional help or grief counseling?
I believe a psychologist is have this training for uh, grief, yeah, for many with grief, handle with this. Is the first, I guess. You need you if you go to a psychologist to share your feelings, I recommend this. And I participated many years ago in a project CVV, yeah, is for people that is in fragile emotional fragility in your life. It's possible to call and give some decompress you about your feelings. Yeah, talk with someone, I guess. I believe this is the most professional. But if you are religious, go to your church, talk with your leader. Yeah, but I believe professional is better because I have uh, studied these phases of grief. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
very interesting. But many people are you looking for?
Looking for because have
Procuram essas this project that you said?
yeah
Yeah.
when I receive calls, have many people that having a moment of despair. Yeah, I work inside the night, for example, and I work on since the midnight no since the 10 night until the 6 a.m. and have a lot of calls with people desperate or with moments fragile and talk about this depressive because lost someone. Have many cases of fragility. Yeah, grief is one of. It's good talk with someone that because it's anonymous connection. A call is anonymous. It's possible talk about many many situations, many things that you are passing in your life.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you need to be prepared, because you need to help the other person. We have a big problem. I understand like this.
Yeah, I prepared, but in the first calls was more difficult. But uh, in times we it's possible have this perception because we are only support. Yeah.
All right. Well, is this for today? Thank